Are we in there?
Hold the opposite way.
Sister, I don't like that. I was gonna get you in there too. Well, there you go. I might not be able to reach the people too much.
We gotta reach the people. Wanna be? Hey, Pastor Bentley, how are you, sir? Long time no hear from.
My.
Sean Thomas, welcome.
Hi.
Kyle Shonda, hey
Woo,
y'all.
woo, woo.
We stepping it up a notch. Y'all see our sound? We sweet like that now. You see?
Do
it. Anyway, I know that you guys have been excited about this. At least I hope you guys have been as excited as we are about this show. This show is partial to my heart.
Come on here. Let's do this.
Because I've been trying to ponder some stuff in my mind. She wanna test my vision. Hey y'all. So welcome you guys to Let's Talk About It. We are your
favorite girls.
I'm Naomi Nicole, and this is my
co-host.
And this is the hottest hour on Wednesday night.
Come on here, sizzlers.
I hope you guys brought your friends because this one is gonna be off the chain. And I know y'all think that me and Latrice, we talk all the time and we get our topics together and we do all of that stuff. Well, let me tell you, outside of the 3 words that cover the topic, we have not had a chance to talk. So this is going to be one of those,
we don't know.
Off the cuff.
Go real and go home.
But you got to go real or go home.
Come on, let's do it.
It's Christian Conversations Gone Real.
Yes.
So, ladies and males.
Now, come on, we got quite a few gentlemen chiming in. Hey y'all, hey guys.
She on 10 today. So, one of the things that we have been talking about, I guess people think that we're relationship people. I don't know why they think we are, but
listen, we just get the topics that people inbox us. Again, we're gonna put this plug here. If you want to hear us talk about a topic, inbox us.
Send it to us.
Yes.
I am Naomi Playwright Nicole on Facebook. I'm at Naomi Nicole on Instagram.
I'm Latrice Rice everywhere. Instagram, Facebook,
so
Twitter.
I have been watching my timeline. I have been watching Facebook and Instagram.
Oh, we got a comment already. Tommy Lee Brown says it's hard for a man to findeth when a multitude of women are living in fear.
We coming to you. We are coming for you.
Okay,
so anyway,
let's get it.
He hitting hard already. So the people that's on my timeline, y'all might not necessarily knew what our topic was today. Our topic today is he that findeth.
My mind.
He that findeth. And so I don't know if I think at this point, whether you've been saved in church all your life or not saved in church all your life, you have heard the scripture, he that findeth a wife, findeth a good thing, and obtain favor from the Lord. Obtaining favor from the Lord.
That's important.
And so, because I'm on this journey to get found,
all right.
I have been watching and reading and kind of, researching and getting my mind together about he that findeth a wife. And so I have been watching my timeline, and there are several single people who have been trying to get a mate or sitting around waiting on a mate. You got to bow out, Shonda. Okay. She been found. She been founded. That's why she said it. Anyway.
She better say it. She already been snatched. Do it.
So as I was pondering the scripture, I see a lot of people who are single. I see women on the page who are saying that there's no good men out there, that they can't find any good men. And I see men, ironically, who are saying that there's the same thing. There's no good women. There's no this, that, and the other. Which is shocking to me because I'm like, if all of these men want a good woman and all of these women want a good man, then what is the disconnect in the middle? Why we can't find them?
I got you.
So, what made me start thinking about this particular topic is, I was on a dating service.
Okay.
And I was talking to somebody about being on a dating service. We were gonna do the show, Pastor Keith, my husband, we ran into some difficulty.
Okay. Okay.
With getting it produced.
Things happen.
In the way that we wanted to get it, produced. And so I started going on dating site, and a woman was outraged.
Really?
That I was on a dating site because she said, well, you're not supposed to be on a dating site because he's supposed to find you.
Oh, so you can't be found on a dating site?
You can't be found on a dating site.
Do people search on dating sites? There's a search feature.
Search out there on there.
Isn't there a search feature? I believe there is on quite a few of them.
So she forced me to have to defend why. And so in my defending, I started researching this he that findeth.
Okay, I see you.
And I think that some women of us, we take that out of context in that there's a whole bunch of men. She talk about 5 Christian Beagles did. Anyway.
Come on, work it.
That this Findeth thing,
we coming, Tommy. I see you going, man.
Was messing with me about the Findeth. Because I looked up Find.
Okay.
And
what you find?
Wait, hold on.
Let me see your notes.
No, I'm not sharing. You got to catch it on the cuff. And so that Findeth thing has been bothering me. Because I hear Christian women all the time saying, I am waiting on my Boaz.
Okay.
I'm waiting on him to find me.
Mm-hmm.
And that you can't approach a guy. You can't smile or show a genuine interest into a young man.
Okay.
Because that implies that you are not waiting on him to find you.
Who said that? These people.
And so I started reading the thing on the spine thing.
Okay.
And I came for you in the Greek because I figured you was going to try to get deep.
Did you? I didn't do it this time.
I did. I felt like you was trying to come for me.
But she went to go find the deep.
So in the English version, it says find means to discover, to perceive by chance, or unexpectedly.
Yes, all three of those
is the definition of find.
We're gonna hold on to that.
And so if we are sitting around waiting on them to find us, and it is find means to perceive by chance, discover or unexpectedly, then I hold that the find that we have been led to believe is not the correct find in which the scripture was talking about.
I beg to differ. Not necessarily. It depends on how it's spent. Because from your definition here, to discover, you got to search for something. Perceived by chance, it may just happen. You may be in the same place at the same time. Unexpectedly, you weren't even expecting to interact with this person that you say is your wife now. You weren't expecting it. It just happened.
Which is what I'm saying. Because that implies that he wasn't looking. He unexpectedly.
That's only one aspect of your definition.
By chance. Okay, so let's come forward in the Greek.
Let's walk it out.
In the Greek.
What does it say in the Greek?
Find means to come across.
Come across.
To encounter.
Yes.
To recover, retrieve.
Oh, there goes some other parts. Recover, retrieve. Got that. Yeah.
So
all of those things.
A matter of that these brothers are they not looking? Are men still looking for wives?
That's a good question. Guys, are y'all looking for wives? Because I'm not a dude. I'm not a man.
I know Tommy on your side.
Tommy is going in over here.
In over there. On my side, they're real quiet. I don't know. Maybe y'all think like me.
Chime in, guys. We want to hear from you.
So I have been listening this week to different commentaries, different people talking about he that findeth a wife. And I heard a statement that really made me think.
Okay.
This gentleman said, morals are low and opportunities are so high that most men don't know how to pursue.
Wow. That's deep.
That they're not, he basically said that they're not looking for wives because it's so many sisters giving them the milk for free.
Well, No, I don't think he's saying that actually.
What is he saying?
Because from what you just said
when
to me,
he says morals are low,
walk it again,
and the opportunities is high,
and the opportunity is high.
The opportunities to get it, the more opportunities women are feeling lonely and they doing whatever they feel like they need to do.
But that last part that
most men don't know how to pursue.
Boom, right there. Don't know how. Not that they're not making an attempt. They may be doing something erroneously. They don't actually know how to properly pursue, is what he's actually saying.
You're trying to defend him. You think that it's a matter of them not knowing how to look.
I believe that's possible. I'm listening to what you just said. See, here we go here. See, y'all, now we fighting. Y'all.
Now we fighting. She always want to twist it.
Because don't be beating up on my men folk out here. Some of them are truly looking for their wife. And maybe they didn't have a good example. Maybe not. But they're doing the best they know how to do to try and find this wife. Then there are some men who are not looking. They're doing the best that they can do to get in position to be the husband they're supposed to be, which is actually a whole lot better. But anyway, people are doing different. I'm just saying they're doing different things. And even in your definition for the word find, we had discover. Let's go back to your definition here.
Perceived by chance.
Perceived by chance.
Now,
unexpected, but discover is in there as well. So that implies that somebody's actually searching for something.
Now, also, but it doesn't imply that that's the only way.
Hold on, Tommy, where you at?
Tommy said,
guys will never work hard for anything that comes easy. Okay, I see you. All right.
Do you have any brothers to support you?
Anybody else?
Any other guys? I see all women on my timeline because we're trying to figure this thing out, y'all. I hope y'all sharing this. This is going to be a really, really, really good discussion today about he that findeth.
Yes.
Because I want to be found, and I want y'all to be found. It's some stuff that I want to do.
But is that the only reason why we want to be found?
But you don't see. There you go. You assume.
I'm not assuming. I'm asking the question.
What I want to do.
I'm just asking the question.
Maybe I want to be in a marriage that us together form a power couple for Christ.
That's wonderful. What service are you doing for that man?
What service am I doing for him?
As the help meet, you're helping meet whatever the need is. Wherever there is a lack, you have in you that what's necessary to actually fill that.
Absolutely, I believe that.
When you talk about getting in a marriage, it can't be a what I want to get out of this thing. It got to be more of a God, what is my purpose in here? What vision is presented that I'm supposed to help meet? You know, what is it? A lot of times we talk about marriage is all about what we want, where I want to go, what I want him to do for me, what I want. No. What service? How are you going to serve? How are you going to effectively minister in this marriage?
Well, I think that goes back to how we are trained. I don't believe that especially in the church, I don't believe that there's enough training about how to be a wife, or how to be a husband, or
how to effectively be single.
How to effectively, but our issue today is whether or not, because I see a lot of women waiting. I see us waiting. I see us trying. You know, for me, like I said, I did wind up doing the internet thing. But I even found myself like it was this guy. It was this guy I liked. I really liked him. I told all of my close friends, I was like, he is the one. Yeah. He didn't know I liked him.
He didn't know at all.
And I was too scared to approach him because I talked to one of my friends and they were like, well, you know, he's supposed to find you. And so if you approach him, if you talk to him, then that's not him finding you.
What does that say to that?
I think it goes to our definition of find, which is why we are talking today.
The issue is we only focus on one aspect of the definition of find.
Okay.
That's discover. But you can discover something even if you're not technically searching for it. For example, for some months, I would get out my car and I would look down when I step outside my car and I'm stepping on money. Sometimes, one time it was $4 bills, another time it was a quarter here, a nickel here, a dollar there. But I'm not looking for the money. I'm stepping out my vehicle and it's there. So sometimes you're in the right place at the right time, so you can perceive by chance and find something. There's another time I went to an event. I'm at this event and we're just having a really good time, laughing and joking around with people at the event, networking. Wow. At the networking event, I discovered that this gentleman who I'm cracking jokes with, we're pretty cool. Unexpectedly, meet somebody that I may have interest in, right? Another time, I'm actually actively looking for my keys. I lost my keys and I desire them back so I can leave and go over my friend's house, right? So I'm searching everywhere. I'm looking everywhere for the keys. The keys are still in position. I'm going somewhere. The keys are still in position.
Help us. She going somewhere,
right?
y'all.
But I am looking for them. I'm expecting to find them. I have a desire to find them. So I know what I'm looking for. And I'm actually looking to discover them. So I find the keys and I possess the keys. So in that, you have all three aspects of this definition you have here. Discover. You're actively looking for that thing. You know what you want and you're going after it. Let's go back to your definition. Since we in here, we walking this thing out.
Come on, walk it out.
So the
I see some men on here. I want y'all to go ahead and chime in and help us out while we talk about he that findeth. He that findeth the wife.
Perceived by chance. By chance. I stepped out the car and here's this money. I wasn't looking for it, but it was there. Unexpectedly, I'm just happen to be interacting. I'm in the right place at the right time, and all of a sudden, you pick up some interest. So, findeth, and the ETH means that thing is continuously happening. I'm going to talk about that in a few moments, too, because when you really look it up and you look at the different translations, it has S on the end of there. But anyway, so when you find something, it could be you're actually actively looking for it. It could be that you're focusing on yourself and it happens by chance, or it could be an unexpected thing. You all were just really good friends. You were really cool, and all of a sudden, you noticed that you had a lot in common and decided to give this thing a shot in a relationship.
Tommy going hard on your line. I don't know. My line is quiet. I need y'all to comment. I need y'all to comment and help us in our discussion, because we trying to help you. If you single and you're a woman, or you single, you a man, we trying to help you.
We coming, Tommy. Give me one.
We trying to help you, so we need y'all to help us in our discussion about he that findeth.
Come on,
because he that findeth, I'm trying to help all the sisters who's sitting around. What I found, I use me as my example. This is our no judgment zone.
No judgment.
It's a no judgment zone.
Don't
so y'all can say
don't come
whatever.
for either one of us. Come back.
But here's my thing. Because the guys are looking, or we believe that they're looking,
okay,
we can't just waiting is sitting there waiting on him to find me. And my issue is why everybody was telling me it's the first thing, it's everybody's go-to. When I say, you would be surprised when I started posting Dear Future Husband.
Yes.
I tapered off a little bit because we're getting ready for the show, and so we're gonna ramp it up all over again. But I really am. Dear Future Husband.
Okay.
When I started that, you would be surprised at how many women were angry and they were in my inbox.
What?
And they were like,
the nerve.
They were in my inbox, like, what are you doing? You're supposed to be waiting on him to find you.
What?
And I was like, so what do we do while we're waiting for him to find us? And my question was, are men actively looking for wives?
Some are.
Not necessarily girlfriends. Are they looking for wives? And I believe, see here, in my interpretation of that scripture, of course, Latrice is going to disagree.
Maybe not.
In my interpretation of the scripture, I'm saying that when he happens upon her, when he unexpectedly finds,
okay,
I am saying that it means that at the point that he finds her, she was a wife.
Yeah, she has to be a wife already.
Not necessarily that he was scouring the earth. He found this magnificent girl and she was his wife. I'm thinking that at the point that he found her, she was a wife.
She's already a wife.
And not like John Gray says it best. He says, women, we walk around in the spirit of girlfriend and not in the spirit of wife. And so when he finds people, when he finds her, she is not wife material.
Okay.
At the point where he finds her.
Well, he didn't find a wife. So he found a girl.
But is it at the point that he makes her the wife that he obtains favor from the Lord?
No.
The Bible doesn't. It says he that findeth a wife. So when I found this leaf, y'all can't see it, this leaf, at the point when I found it, and it was a leaf, and if the Bible said, he that findeth a leaf, findeth a wife, findeth, and obtain favor from the Lord, at the place where I found it and made it my leaf.
No, it's already a leaf.
It's already a leaf.
It's already a leaf. You just happen to discover it. You just happen to find that thing that's already a leaf.
And so,
that's already be a wife.
Are you saying that are we saying in that scripture that the only way that you can get found is by him specifically looking?
These three things right here. Discover, perceive by chance, or unexpectedly. He's still now there. I was with the three things. There are some men who are actually looking. The ones who are actually looking are probably, and I'm going to guys chime in here too. The ones who are actively looking are the ones who already know that they're ready. They're in position. They know what they're looking for. They done had a couple different experiences. They know what they don't want. They know what they do want. And so they already know. So they're probably actively looking. They're in that discover stage. The ones who are basically right now getting themselves in position, I desire a wife, but right now I'm focused on my relationship with God. I'm focused on making sure that he grooms me to be the husband I'm supposed to be. They're probably, they may unexpectedly receive their blessing. So when I was looking at that, sis, so I know you timed right on here in the scripture.
Come on.
He that findeth a wife, findeth a good thing, and obtaineth favor from the Lord.
Absolutely.
So he that findeth. Does that mean that you are sitting there just waiting? Because that's another comment that you made. I'm just sitting here waiting. No, you ought to be doing
on him
something.
To find me.
You should be doing something. Let's look at Esther. As a matter of fact, let's just go ahead and look at Esther. Esther was in the right place at the right time. She got called in there. It was 12 months before she even went in to see the king, and she had to be called for. Okay, so she was in a preparation period for 12 months. Sometimes when you're talking about, because keep in mind, he that findeth a wife, you have to already be a wife. Before you're being found by the husband that God has for you, you are supposed to already be a wife. And if you're being a wife, what type of wife, who are you married to? That's one thing that somebody else asks. Well, if I'm supposed to be a wife, and then I know he's not talking about me committing adultery, so who am I married to? Well, you're married to Christ. You're supposed to be loving on God, being intimate with God. You're supposed to be allowing him to change you and groom you and get you in position. So if he desires for you to be married, if that is his desire for you, then you can be found by the husband that he has. Now, let me not say husband he has for you. Typically, people use that out of context.
Right, because that's where I was coming
now, there are instances in Scripture where there were some divine marriages.
Okay,
let's just keep it real. Even Abram told his son who to specifically look for. The woman who does this.
I was coming for you. Genesis 24.
Come on with it.
When Abraham sent his servant out to find Isaac a wife.
Find him a wife.
He said, do not find a wife here in Canaan. Because
he got instructions.
These hoes ain't loyal. Basically, that's what he was trying to say.
Is that your summary?
That's my summary. That's my paraphrase. That's basically what Abraham was trying to say. Like, don't
get these over here.
Don't get these over here.
He received instructions from his father.
And so the servant, when he went out to find the wife for Isaac, Isaac wasn't looking. This was the servant that was praying on behalf of his father. Lord, let me find a wife for Isaac, that will uphold him and do all these things that he was supposed to do. And then he said that, how would I identify her? Because that was the other thing.
How am I
find her? What if she doesn't come back to my country with me? If I read the text correctly, because I was trying to read, I was trying to get ready, because you always. I try to speak for the other people. Latricia just be on some other stuff. So anyway, so I paraphrase to say that in his instance, Abraham sent the servant to go find her. He said, "Lord, how will I know who she is?" And he said, "Okay, I know. I will be down at the water." At the well, and the woman who says, "I will give you to drink and your camels."
The woman that demonstrates.
The one that demonstrates her service to him.
Ministry.
That we knew that she would be the one.
Okay.
So,
but Isaac didn't go.
So he wasn't out there looking for a wife.
No. He wasn't the servant is going out in his stead. See, now you gotta talk about culture.
Okay, so do one of your friends want to look out for you and find you a good...
Sometimes your friends do. Sometimes, because your friends typically know you the best. Some friends be like, girl, I think he'd be good for you. I think you should talk to him because y'all do this together. He does this, he like this, you like this, you like... I'm gonna set it up. I want y'all to talk. That is the same thing as this thing that you just brought up.
But is it the same thing as he that findeth the wife, though?
It's still findeth, because here it is. We're still in your same definition, unexpectedly.
Because that's my definition of look. That's not going.
Go back. Hold up.
Go back.
Boom. It's still unexpectedly. Because they have not physically saw each other yet in that instance. And you got to have some for real trust to send somebody out there to look for somebody for you.
Look for your wife.
You have to be submitted to that individual. You got to have some for real trust. So, okay, good. They look for a wife. This is a lifetime partner. Okay, now they meet up. Because see, even after that, he went and said, okay, this is the woman. She did this. He did see her. And he loved her. So, here we go. Perceived by chance. Although this person had a specific assignment, he still could have been like, nah. But no, he was already submitted. But unexpectedly, you got the right one. You still in fine, huh? You still in your same definition that you got there. Because see, that definition is encompassing more than just you actually searching. That definition for fine is encompassing you searching. It's encompassing you unexpectedly meeting your mate. And it's also encompassing that other part there. Booyah.
Oh, really? She said she won. Like did you see that? She act like she put a joker down. Like she just won in hand.
That's my ace right there. Who playing spades?
So, my question is,
yes,
are men still seeking wives?
I believe they are. Some, see, we can't group all men in one little thing, just like you can't group all women in one little thing and say, all these women don't want no husband no more. They too independent. Not all women.
Thank you, Chandra. We tried. She said, even though she been found, this is good. So I'm hoping somebody knows it, because we digging for you. We tried.
Come on here. So I just believe that we cannot say men are just not searching. Some are. Because some have had enough life experiences to know exactly what they're looking for. Some may not be searching. Some may be going about their lives doing them. What they say, doing me. Some may be going about their life doing their best to be the best man of God first. And they have a mindset of, if I happen to meet my wife, cool. If God doesn't, make that encounter happen, I'm cool with that too. Some people have a different aspect of finding than others. But that doesn't mean that they're not finding.
We want y'all to talk back to us. We're kicking this out.
Woo!
Those of you
who are
just joining us, you'll see us rotating screens. We're on both mine, we're on hers. We're talking about this he that findeth thing.
Findeth a
wife. And my thing, I hope
every time he looks, because I'm telling you, when I looked at that, sis, I was excited about it.
You was excited.
Yes.
Why were you excited?
Because he that findeth a wife findeth a good thing and obtaineth favor for the Lord. So she's a double-fold blessing when you find her.
She is.
Now, at the same time, you have an ETH on the end of that, so it means there's an S there if you look at other translations. So he's constantly looking. And see, people, now this is what came to my mind about that. You be out with your mate, and sometimes a guy may look, a girl just walk by, she probably half dressed, he may look, you getting all bent out of shape. But see, the ultimate part is he should always look at you and find you to be the wife. Not that you never see anybody else. You have eyes. But when that search is going on, he ought to find you.
No missionary, minister, Naomi, what did she say? Missionary, no,
minister,
we are
Naomi,
not married.
Jesus.
That's why we're having this discussion.
Yes, we're having this discussion.
Y'all, if you guys want to chime in, those who are married, you can feel free to chime in. But no, we are not married. We want to be.
Great.
I do. I'm not one of those people. Well, it's a Lord. I don't have that gift. Some people have that gift.
They may be on the other spot of that definition that you have right there.
I don't have that gift. But my thing that I still say is that we in the church, I don't know that we spend enough time dealing with women on being wives and husbands, or even the looking part, like the looking or being a husband.
Okay. What that all entails.
Because I asked the question, welcome.
Welcome.
Thank you for joining us. Because I have been, I have gotten a newfound freedom. Let me say that. It is not that I have not been married before. I tell you guys all the time, I have been married Trey times. Trey. I've been married Trey times. But it was a marriage of a circumstance, a marriage of I chose. And the other thing that we argue in the church is that, is this the man that God has? And the argument that I have heard recently is that our God is not a matchmaker. And so if he does not force you to, if he does not force you to serve him or believe in him, or, of course that he would choose that we would follow him, but he does not force us. He makes the opportunity, he gives us the opportunity to do that.
He makes that.
Then how would he who gives us opportunity to serve him play matchmaker and believe that there is just the one person that he designed in order for you to be married to?
It depends on the mission. I wouldn't say that he's just going to, I'm going through and making sure I match everybody up with their person. But however, there are instances. I mean, even in the text when you talk about Joseph and Mary, he told Joseph to take Mary. Joseph was ready to put her away. She was pregnant already. Joseph was like, hold up. Who been in that? I ain't did that. Hold up. I'm going to put her away. But he's a good man, so he's going to put her away privately. But then God spoke to him specifically, told him, marry her. So does that mean he played matchmaker at that moment? In your turn?
Well,
it's possible.
It's possible.
Now, so I'm saying that to say there are instances in which God will tell you to marry somebody. Hosea, he told him to marry a harlot. What's the harlot again?
She's a hoe.
Pretty much. Marry this woman who is going to be unfaithful to you. And keep taking her in, keep putting on the royal robes, keep clothing her, cleaning her up. I want you to keep enduring all of this mess because it's an example of my love for the church and how the church keeps disrespecting me, how the church keeps turning its back on me. I want you to show this. So there are instances in which he will do that. Now, there are also other instances in which he allows you to make your choice. So I would say it's a little bit of both.
Is the prospect of finding and that kind of thing, is it a Christian thing? Is it only for people who profess Christ, Christian, that because he's in control of all things, is it exclusive to Christians?
As far as finding a wife?
As far as finding a wife.
People who are non-Christian find a wife.
Do they?
They do. People are married all the time. You got atheists that are married.
They are.
So you can't say that. But at the same time, if you're talking about the obtain of favor from the Lord, and you're talking about all those things, well, yeah, that's Christian. That's in the text.
So the obtain favor part is the only part that's
how you gonna obtain favor from someone that you don't even believe in?
No, the scripture don't say only Christians.
They don't say that.
They just say the prerequisite was he that findeth a wife.
Findeth a good thing. And obtain a favor from the Lord.
Why are more men looking for favor? That's what I was trying to figure out. I was trying. And so we're digging into, I think, thank you for those who are joining us today. We're just having a discussion.
Oh, wow. Hey,
y'all. He that findeth the wife thing.
I want to jump on Ruth. Let's see.
Let's jump
to Ruth because people bring her up a whole lot.
Do they?
Because they talk about how she approached Boaz.
Because everybody looking for Boaz. I don't want Bo. I don't want him.
There's so many other men in the text that you can
Please, just don't. I don't want him. That was Ruth's man.
That's Ruth's man.
I'm not looking for Boaz. I'm looking for my.
I cannot.
I'm sorry.
I cannot.
That was out of line.
You know when people don't do it.
Don't do it. Sorry.
No judgment. Don't come from. Okay, let's keep going. So I decided I was going to go back to Ruth because there was a period of maybe about a month where I just kept listening to the book of Ruth. It was just blessing me. Then I went through like 2 months of listening to the book of Esther.
You would.
Hey, U version is awesome. So I had U version, and you get up in the morning and you can just listen to the scriptures. It'll bless you.
Okay.
So anyway, I decided to review that again because so many people say, "Oh, she approached Boaz, and so you supposed to approach me, and you missed the whole part where she didn't approach him. She was found working. She didn't approach him afterwards. Working. Yep. So let's go on back in there.
Working how? Because you know the people
working,
that I work, the people where I work, they don't necessarily look like me.
Okay, but she was working she was in the right place to be seen by him.
But I'll be in the right place. I'll be in good places
to be seen by
him.
Maybe he just ain't seen me yet.
He ain't seen me. He ain't seen me yet. Like you've been waiting for how many years?
But she was working. So I'm gonna go back because it just really blessed me.
Okay, come on.
First I said, okay, let me look up these names. Y'all do know that the names in scripture have a meaning, right? So make sure y'all look those names up. So Elimelech, his name is My God is King, right? Naomi's name was My Joy. Mahlon, who was Ruth's husband first. That was her first husband. His name was Sickly. Okay?
I know one of them are married. One of who? One of
That's Tommy. Tommy going in.
One of us? Tommy. No, honey. Trust and believe. If I was married, y'all would know.
His name meant wasting away. Ruth's name meant friendship. Okay? Orpah name is just neck. If you look at the definition of her name. So what blessed me. No, I just said, y'all look it up. It's a blessing. Look here. Get your dictionary. Okay, I want you to get your dictionary. It'll bless you. Okay, when you really look at it, it's gonna bless you. So I was looking at this thing, and I looked at the fact that they was in Moab, and then Ruth went with Naomi back to Bethlehem, right? And so then I'm skipping through. I looked at Ruth 2, verse 2, right? Mm-hmm. This is where people always talk about how she was looking for Boaz. Now we get there, it says, and Ruth the Moabitess said unto Naomi, let me now go to the field and glean ears of corn after him, in whose sight I shall find grace. And she said unto her, go, my daughter. So first of all, she asked for permission. She a grown woman. She asked for permission.
Let me ask this question. Why is Ruth's story the one we hold up when women are looking for a husband? What made her?
Because people
her the poster child for?
It's not necessarily that she's the poster child. Because remember, I brought up Esther as well. The fact that people always talk about.
Mom, we're not talking to you today.
What did he say?
He's talking about what's the topic?
What?
We're talking about he that findeth.
He that findeth. I'm just saying that people look at this story because when Boaz saw Ruth, it was after she had already experienced the loss. And she's with her mother-in-law, who no longer wants to be called My Joy. She wants to be called Mara, which means bitterness. It meant bitter. But she's still serving her. She's still being a friend to her because Ruth's name means friendship. So she's still doing all of those things. And she asked for permission to go and glean. She asked for permission to go and work. But I want to be in the area where he can see me. Because in verse 1, it said, and Naomi had a kinsman of her husband's, a mighty man of wealth of the family of Elimelech, and his name was Boaz. So then verse 2, Ruth asks, can I go and work in the field that he's in charge of? Let me go and be in the right position. I want to be in the right place at the right time. I'm not going to just walk up to him and say, hey, you in the family and you know the family rules. You need to be hollering at me. That ain't what she did. She said, can I get permission to go and work in the field where he owns, in the field where he is, so he can see me? I just want to be in the presence.
Hey, Tiffany Elder. So the guy that I like.
We ain't there yet.
The guy that I like, she want to know who I am. Hey, Natasha, I'm Naomi Nicole. How are you?
Hey, Natasha.
So the guy that I like, I just need to work in his field. Work in the field where he
but see, look what she got though. Listen, Naomi, verse 1, Naomi said, in verse 1 it says, and Naomi had a kinsman of her husband's, a mighty man of wealth. So Naomi already know he got money, he's in the right position, he's a mighty man. You know, he got his things in order. Boaz got his stuff in order.
So we only should be looking at men who have wealth.
Hey, I ain't saying just that. Well, wealth is more than just finances.
What is it?
Wealth is all things. It's good health. Wealth is more than just finances. If you're talking about you're wealthy, that means you got all types of things in order. It's not just rich. You got rich and you got wealth. That's different.
Do you think that there is a brokenness or a disconnect as between men and women as to why there are not more marriages, considering that so many women are looking to be wives and so many men are supposedly looking for wives? Do you think there's a disconnect? And if so, what do you think the disconnect is?
Whew, did she hit me hard like that? I personally think there is a disconnect, but at the same time, I think the disconnect is societal. I think in our society,
Hey, Natasha.
hey, Natasha. I think in our society, we are consistently pushing people to be single, to be independent, to do your own thing. It's all about me. You know, where marriage is going to require sacrifice. Marriage is going to require ministry. In order for it to be an effective marriage, somebody needs to submit. So, I think culturally.
No, I'm just kidding. I would be submissive.
Part of the issue with people desiring to be married and all that type of stuff is because culturally it's not even looked upon as a lovely thing as it used to be.
That is true.
Because right now you got people that be using that whole language of ball and chain. Man, you sure you want to do this? Or your girls. Girl, you ain't gonna be able to do this with us no more. You ain't gonna go here. And he don't let him control you. All that stuff get in your mind and screw you up from the blessing, of actually experiencing love in a human form. Because we experience love through God anyway. But I'm just saying his love through his man of God onto you as that wife.
That me personally, and I think I posted this a couple months ago, one of my personal issues was I was told I was too independent to be a wife, to be a submissive wife. I was too independent. And for years, I was like, I didn't understand what they meant.
Okay.
And why that was necessarily a bad thing. And what I learned is that what had happened is because I had been hurt so many times after I had put my trust in who was supposed to be the head of my household and who was supposed to uphold me. That I vowed that I would never be put into that position again. And so you take somebody like me, I designed my life so that I would not have to put myself in that position, so that I would not have to need you. That you weren't going to tell me what to do because I'm independent. I make my own money. I got my own stuff. I got my own.
I got you.
It was not until I spent a lot of time.
Tiffany Otis said, "The devil is a liar." Yes, ma'am.
It was not until, and that's why I believe that this time when he and I meet, I'm not going to even say when God sent him, when he looks for me, and all of that. I'm saying that when he and I meet up, I can say that although I have been married before, the person that he is getting now is a completely different person. This person has never been married before.
That's awesome. Wait, sis, I don't want you to go too far.
Because she wants to go back to the poster child roots.
I'm going back to what you just said.
What?
Let me go back.
What I said?
See, when you get too much information, I lose track. And so you mentioned that you had built up this wall because you had decided you were not going to ever be hurt again and all of those different things. God don't send no one not biblical. He did sometimes. Okay, we'll come back to that. Do the replay. Okay, let me go back to what I was saying. So You have been hurt so many different times that you have put up this wall and you have made a declaration to yourself, I'm never going to be hurt like this ever again. Mm-hmm. But when we do that, we put up this wall and people can't really get in. Now, here's the thing. Love suffers. Christ suffered because he loved. Well, love, there's sacrifice involved in that. It doesn't, I'm not saying you should be getting, physically abused and all this type of stuff. I'm saying there are some things that you are going to endure because anytime you bring two things together, there's friction. You can't help when you weld something, you got to apply pressure. You got to strip away some stuff. You blending some things. There's some pressure there, and pressure hurts. If those who've had children, you felt that pressure, it hurts, but then the blessing comes out. So if you have in your mind that I'm not ever going to be hurt like this again, and I'm not even going to you can't even give your full self in that marriage because you already put up a roadblock.
Mm-hmm. That this part is
you've
not
already
going to
put up a roadblock, and so basically what you've already said is I'm gonna let you have this part of me, but you can't have that part of me. I'm gonna give you a little bit because I trust you with this part, but I don't trust you with that part. But see, here's the issue. If you're talking about a marriage, then it has to be all or nothing. You got to give your all. Just like we give our all. When we talk about Christ, we give our all to him. We don't, well, Lord, you can have this part of me.
But you can't
don't touch this part because I ain't ready for you, Lord, to touch this part. No. If you're going to be married, you talk about becoming one. He got to touch it all.
So what can the church do to promote? We have little under 15 minutes left.
15 minutes?
What
oh my God, we didn't even scratch the surface.
Do to prepare women to be seen,
okay,
and to provide men to understand that with all of the opportunity out there for other things, because I think that's the other thing too. We talk about that there's more women. There's more women on the earth than men. Mm-hmm. And some of them are a little greedy.
What?
Some of them are a little greedy. Because we've seen in the last couple months, I have seen some married men who have crossed some lines in the public eye.
Okay.
And so, what is it that the church, because if you go to church, because the other thing is, there's a whole nother group of people who are not fully under that mandate because they have not yet received the forgiveness of Christ. They have not received his sacrifice for them. And that's really the only difference between us as Christians and others.
Okay.
It's not as big and smoky as we make it. It's basically that you have not received the sacrifice that Christ made for you, that you have not acknowledged it, and that you have not received it. So for those people who are still, because it's on both sides, nobody wants to be alone. And the other thing,
wait, sis, go back. What was your question?
What can the church do?
Okay, let's go here. Do that question one more time. Because I want y'all to chime in too. What can the church do to help with the disconnect between he that findeth and she that waiteth? Okay. For him to find it. Okay, everybody got the question, so make sure y'all comment. Okay, I'm listening to you. Because we agree that there is a disconnect. There's a disconnect. And we are running out of time. We have tried to go over. We have to bring this back. Maybe next time we'll bring a guy in so he can kind of chime in and kind of help us. Because my other thing was, in the beginning, I was troubled by that scripture. Anyway, I'm sorry. I broke up. Somebody called me. So I was thinking about when women was created, man was asleep. He was asleep. And so I believe that
just as
Wait. You got to keep going.
he was asleep.
He was asleep.
And the rib was pulled out, and woman was created.
Then what?
The man said, "This flesh is what?"
Before him.
She was presented before. Christ, in His infinite wisdom, could have created her out of anything, and He could have just happened upon her.
But when she was presented before Him, He found it.
When He was presented before her.
Perceived by chance.
Perceived by chance.
We're still in your definition. I just want you to see that even going to Genesis, we are still walking the definition for find.
And so, how do we help more marriages in the church? How do we build more families in the church? How do we have some real discussions? And that's what we're trying to do here, because ironically, this is not necessarily all parts of this conversation are not necessarily conversations that we can have, some people would have in the confines of a church. That's why this
let's do it.
That's why this form, y'all see our sign back there? It might be backwards for y'all, but you see our sign? We wanted y'all to see it live, big, and in color, so that y'all will understand what this really is. This really is Christian Conversations gone real.
Gone real.
We're trying to have a real discussion.
Yes.
Because I'm a real lady, and I really want, like,
you real?
I'm real.
I'm real too.
It does not, and I finally come to a place where the prospect of marriage or wanting to be married does not consume my life as it once did.
That's real.
But I am at a place where I just turned 43.
Come on, 43. Ow!
I just turned 43 a couple weeks ago.
Yes.
And my children are grown.
Okay.
I'm getting ready to be a grandmother.
Aww.
Glory. And so you do you want that person that you can share your life with and share your dreams, and even more that your destiny and your ministry. I think that there's a whole another part of me when joined together is going to form a powerful ministry for Christ of forgiveness and being healed and being free.
Okay. Which
are things that we as women, that's part of us getting ready to be wives as well.
That's the part.
Is getting free and healed from all of those past relationships and all of those past things that happen.
Okay.
In order to move forward and to be ready to be a wife. That's what I'm saying. My issue today, the reason why we brought it up is I asked this question today, and I don't know if maybe because Facebook was kind of tripping. I don't know if it was tripping on everybody, but I was posting stuff that I don't think people saw or whatever, but I posted and I asked men, are they really looking for wives? And what I was seeing is because of the opportunities who people and who were like me, who were willing to compromise and do wife things for boyfriends. Woo! Because I was going to prove to you that I'm wife material. So I lay out all of this stuff for you to beat out the competition. And I think that's what sometimes that's what we're guilty of, because we're looking around, we're seeing other people, they getting married, they getting married, they're traveling the world, they're doing all these things. You force yourself, you go internally into your mind, and you like, what is it that I don't have that they particularly have? And so we as women, we go through these phases, and I know I was guilty. I was guilty of being an enabler and going if I told y'all some of the stuff that I have done in the name of being in a relationship and having a man and a husband, y'all mouth would drop. Some of y'all will see it in January when we do Dear Future Husband. Hopefully you'll be able to read about it when I do the book.
Come on,
Dear Future Husband.
Yes.
It's plugging. But
the moment we step into competition is the moment we already lost.
That's good.
We already lost. Because it shouldn't be a competition when you know who you are. You know who you are, you know whose you are. There's no competition. What's for you is for you. But the moment you say, I got to be better than her, or I got to be better than her, I got to do this, you already lost, because that person is going to desire who they desire. There's no.
So there shouldn't be we pull out all the stops for these boyfriends.
No.
And that doesn't make them. That doesn't make them marry us.
Ruth didn't pull out all them stops. Boaz actually gave her something before she did anything. All she was doing working. He gave her a blessing. You can work here. Giving.
Mm-hmm.
So when that person's interested, they're already giving things unto you. They're not trying to be a burden onto you. They want to bless you, even before you even request it. But anyway, we just have to. I just think as women, when we have our mindset on, I have to compete. I need to make sure I'm the only one he see. You've already lost because your mindset is not where it should be. You need to focus on being the best you that you can be, and let him see you. Okay.
If y'all looking, we are out here.
Woo!
We are definitely going to bring this topic
this
out. There's no way to exhaustively do anything that we do in this hour. But I do want to. We are going to try to bring it back because I want those of my sisters who desire to be married and desire to do those things, and even some men. Sister Lady Key Oak says a man knows what you are going to be in his life when you two meet. That's good.
That's good. Guys, do you agree with that statement? A man knows what you are going to be in his life when you two meet.
Wow.
Let us know if you agree with that statement.
So he knows. And it doesn't take long either. I was listening, and you guys might want to take the time to listen to it's Sarita Jakes and Touré, I think it's her husband's name, Roberts. I kind of listened to their story today on Facebook, and I just typed in he
Natasha said no, she doesn't agree with that.
You don't agree with that, Natasha? God, that means
thank you, Natasha. Tell us why.
Men are often slow. They don't know what they want because they're slow. Help us.
Okay.
And so we don't have any men chiming in like for real. Y'all just gonna let them. Y'all gonna let them fight it out. We need an official man to tell us.
And she said real talk. Thank you for commenting.
Go out and listen to their story. And I'm an advocate. I feel like I know that there are people who will not get married. I know that there are people, praise Jehovah, that I am not that. The people that have the gift of singleness. There's people gifted to be single.
Okay.
That's what they want to be. That's what they gifted to be.
But it will not be a burden to them. If that is what, if that's your gift, and that's what God has for you, you won't be all upset by not having somebody. You'll be at peace in that position.
I'm not confused. I know who I am. I'm not that person.
So if you're trying to figure out, am I supposed to be married? Am I not supposed to be married? You're going to be at peace. If that is the gift that you're walking in, it will not be a burden to you. It will not be a hardship for you not to be in a relationship with someone. You'll be at peace not being in that type of relationship.
And I'm not suicidal anymore about being single.
Praise God.
I've had some time to date me, and I joke. I often say, in the search for him, I found me.
Amen. That's real.
That's actually the tagline to the show. It's in the search for him.
Come on here.
I found me. I went on this journey. All I wanted in my life was to be a wife. That's all I ever wanted. I never wanted to be a talk show host. I hope y'all heard me. What I was saying is that I've only ever wanted to be a wife. In the beginning of my life, I never wanted to be anything other than a wife. And so that pursuit or that wanting to only be a wife, it wasn't to be a talk show host, it wasn't to be an author, it wasn't to be a mother, it wasn't to be any of those things. For a brief moment, I wanted to be a singer, a psychiatrist, and work on computers for a brief second. But for the most part of my life, I just wanted to be a wife. I thought that because my mother was an awesome wife. They just celebrated 44 years of marriage.
Come on, 44 years of marriage?
She worked and did that thing, but I just wanted to be a wife. And so that journey put me on some really crazy paths.
Okay.
But
I'm on I'm on the other side of that.
But you on the polar opposite.
Not that I never desired to be married, but it was never my major focus.
That was never your main focus.
Yeah, it never was my major
says,
focus.
Boys are slow, however, they will know if she's going to be a butt buddy, a friend, a side piece, and even a wife.
Oh, wow.
So
okay.
we're going to have to
bring it back. Bring some guy, bring a guy in here
bring a guy
for that conversation right there.
I want to know which guy is brave enough to come to this zone.
Who ready? Who is brave enough to come in here?
Who is brave enough to have a Christian conversation that goes real?
Now, without judgment.
Without a judgment.
Don't be judging my people. Let people
judging.
say what they have to say without judgment.
So if you guys, as soon as a gentleman presents himself that would like to come on the show in this no judgment zone.
Absolutely.
And come and let's talk about what guys want, how do they know, how soon they know.
Absolutely.
Ladies, it don't take 8 years for him to know whether he
already know.
Or not.
He know.
Not no 8 years.
It didn't take Boaz forever. It didn't take
engaged for 8 years, 10 years, 12 years, 15 years. It does not take that long for them to know.
No. I'm gonna say most, because some people, and even if it took them that long, they were already, the time was extended because they probably have been receiving some things that you get from a wife. And so they wanted to know, why do I even need to go this next step?
Well, that's what happened. I put my foot down. Y'all want to know how I got married so many times? After I had gave it so many times and I put my foot down, I said, you know what? You're not going to keep on getting my cookies.
Hold up now.
And I got the same last name as I had when I laid down. That's
come on here.
Anyway.
Come on. And the thing that's really, I know we're running out of time, sis. I hope we're not over yet.
We are. We probably over. Yeah, we over. God, we got to come back. We got to bring this back. We thank you guys for hanging out. Natasha tagging people.
Hey, Natasha.
Feel free to tag people. Feel free to share us.
Woo.
This is Let's Talk About It. We come here for the hottest hour on Wednesday nights.
7 o'clock to 8 o'clock.
7 o'clock to 8 o'clock to talk to you with some Christian conversations gone real. We're going to be with y'all. We're going to be real with y'all. And we're going to go real or go home.
Come on, let's do it.
We're going to real or go home. This is a no judgment zone.
No judgment.
To judge anybody. Our views, they not the 100%. We don't represent the whole kingdom. This just us having a real conversation. I want people to be like,
real conversation.
I did this because Naomi Nicole. Nope, y'all won't set yourselves up.
That's a disclaimer.
That's a disclaimer.
You get no funds from here. No lawsuits.
We thank you guys for joining us. We love hanging out with you all.
Absolutely.
We're going to start having a business segment. It will not be next week. We're going to do it on the third Wednesday. So third Wednesdays, we're going to talk about black businesses and starting your own businesses and being legal. Our good friend, Andre Stringfellow.
Come on, Andre.
Come hang out with us. He is not going to be here next Wednesday because it's his birthday. So we're going to give him an early shout out.
Happy birthday.
We told him to celebrate his birthday. But immediately following beginning the third Wednesday, we're going to start talking about business. This is Christian conversation. We just want to give you information and set you up to be in a good place. Again, this has been, God, it always goes by so fast.
Goodness. Woo!
And people want us to extend it, but I don't think they can take it for another hour.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see, sis.
But this has been the hottest hour on Wednesday nights. It's sizzling. We invite you to catch the fire. That's our new tag.
Come on, catch the fire.
Catch the fire.
I love it.
Share with your friends. Invite them. Tell them to hang out with us. We're gonna be here on Facebook Live on Wednesdays from 7 to 8. We love you.
Love y'all.
We do all of this for y'all. And we will holler at y'all next week.
With your favorite girls.
I'm Naomi Nicole, and that's
Latrice Ryan.
We're gonna holler at y'all later. Bye bye. We love you.
Bye.